Hi everyone, welcome back to the Sports Performance Podcast. We have Dr. Nick back after his wedding. He's off the market. Sorry guys, he's off.
You mean sorry girls.
The population.
Yeah,
Hi
guys,
everyone, Dr. Marissa, how are you doing?
Doing great.
Good. Guys, I have a really intense question for you. What is a new way to get stronger? How do I get stronger faster?
Just
How do I do it?
dive right into it.
Right into it.
Okay, sure.
What is
so,
this?
Stronger, faster. So we know that the traditional methods of getting stronger include lifting weights,
I enjoy.
right? Yes. Or using some sort of resistance training to fatigue a muscle and so that it responds by getting stronger. But there is a new way to enhance those effects, make them faster.
I like faster, I like stronger.
And that is called blood flow restriction training, or BFR.
Sounds very technical. I don't like blood, so I don't like the treatment. I don't want to do it.
A lot of bloodletting.
I don't want to do it.
No, so what is it, Nick? What is it?
Well, in traditional resistance training, you have to use heavy resistance, like 85, 67, 85% of your 1 rep max to get it. So with blood flow restriction training, you cut off venous return to your heart, and you can use a much lower resistance to create muscle growth.
So is this something that like just started last year, or people have been using this? Like, I feel like I've seen so many more advertisements or social media posts about it. When do you think this kind of came out more recently?
I don't have a clue when it came out. I know it's a very popular topic in both the weightlifting world right now and both the rehab world, just due to its implications. And I think there's a lot of scientific research that's been coming out on it recently too.
Yeah. So what does it do? I know you explained a little bit. You guys help me out here. Like what does it do? I mean, I've seen it and I want to get big veins. It looks like you're just like
big veins.
Yeah, big veins. You know, it looks like a blood pressure cuff. Like, I mean, with the fancy ones, it looks like a blood pressure cuff. But I've seen people do like tire, what is it?
Tire tubes, yeah.
Tire tubes. There we go. Okay, so what do you have to do? So you wrap it around.
You wrap it around a limb. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Marissa, how do you do it?
Yeah, so it depends on what body part you're trying to target. If you are trying to do it for your biceps, you would wrap it around your upper arm. If you're trying to do it for anything in your lower body, it's going to be all around your upper thigh. And it's a resistance band or a blood pressure cuff that, like Nick was saying, it prevents all of the blood in your veins from making it back to your heart, and so you end up with this buildup of metabolites or cellular signaling molecules. Let's go with that.
Fancy stuff.
All the fancy stuff. You end up with a greater growth stimulus in the area that you've restricted blood flow to while you exercise that area.
Yeah. That sounds dangerous.
Yeah, and so you would think that it might sound dangerous, and there are definitely some risks associated with it if you're, let's say, putting the band around other parts of your body, other than the upper arm and the upper leg. One of the risks is that you could compress some nerves in that area, and nerves don't really like to be compressed. But if you are keeping the band high enough up and using the guidelines for how tight you should wrap said restriction device, the risks are actually pretty minimal.
Got it. Have you guys used this personally?
Yeah, we both have.
Yeah. I've seen you guys do it to clients.
Yeah.
Man, it looks like a burn. It looks like it hurts in a good way.
It does.
Right?
It does.
Yeah.
What would you describe that feeling as? Like just doing like 100 sit-ups?
It just fatigues the area a lot faster, like around the thigh when you do squats. You just it tires quickly.
Huh.
And the protocol calls for a lot of reps, so you have that too.
Let's talk about that. So then the protocol is a general guideline, right? Like these are ways to do it. And it's a general consensus across like whether it's articles or people who do this. What is it? What's the guideline?
The articles we looked at, it was you wrap it around and you do kind of a warm-up set of 30.
30, okay. And is that fast, slow, does it matter?
Yeah, you do moderate pace. You're not rushing through it. You're not, super slow. And then you take a 30-second rest. and then you do 3 sets of 15 with 30 seconds of rest in between each one of those.
Okay, so 30 reps at a pretty moderate pace.
Yeah.
Rest for 30 seconds. 15 repetitions, 30 seconds. 15, 30 seconds, 15, done.
Yes.
So you're looking at probably like 3 minutes of having that band on, right? Like just in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't want to tie this too tight, right? Like
No,
what's
you don't want
what's
it too
the
tight.
like if you don't have one of these fancy blood pressure cuffs,
Sure.
what's the pressure?
Yeah, because nobody has a blood pressure cuff. You can. There are. You mean you
Yeah, you
can.
can
buy-
buy
I mean,
you
it
can
makes
buy
sense,
them.
right?
There are devices that you can use for blood flow restriction training that allow you to use measurements. But I feel like for somebody who's not using one of those high tech devices, the recommendations if you're putting it on your upper arm are that you wrap it about a 4 to a 5 out of 10 for tightness, for how tight it
Perceived
should be.
tightness.
Yeah.
Perceived tightness. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And you should be able to sustain that for that whole time.
Yeah, you should.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So if your like hands go numb or something, that's probably too
A
tight.
little tight.
A little
versus
too
in
tight.
the
So
wrong
don't do
place.
that. Yeah, don't do
Yeah.
that. Okay,
Don't
so
want that tight.
what I've heard is both on the fitness and performance side, this is popular, but also on the rehab side.
Ooh, yeah.
So let's talk about the rehab side because we're a little biased on that side. So
Of course.
rehab, like why would you use this in rehab? Dr. Nick, what do you got?
It's good for a lot of post-surgical patients
Mm.
that they can't do heavy resistance training, right? So you can use a lighter load to create a big stimulus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I guess I would picture that somebody had like knee surgery or something, right? And they can't squat because it hurts their knees.
Yeah.
This would be an easy way to,
It's been used quite a bit post-ACL surgery.
got it. And in theory, that would help develop, because anytime after surgery or a significant injury, you get atrophy or the muscle kind of dies down or shrivels. You basically want to blow that back up, right? You want to do that.
Get it back.
How do you get it back?
I mean, a lot of people deal with that atrophy for years afterwards. Like their leg will never get back to the other leg size.
Sure.
So this is a good way and an easy way you can begin to do it, right after surgery or soon after.
Yeah. Okay. So that's benefit. What about the fitness and performance side? Is it more for like truly muscle growth or is it performance? What's the focus?
Both.
Tell me.
Yeah, so studies have shown that you can get significant muscle growth and improvement in strength gains using the blood flow restriction.
Wow.
compared
How
to-
often per week?
Most protocols called for 2 to 3 times per week.
Are there people who need to be careful with this? Because I'm trying to think in our head like what type of clients that we work with and who would be a really good candidate and people in the community. So is there any precautions or something, or if certain people?
I think with any modality, there's always certain things, like you don't want to be going crazy and doing this every day, I
Yeah.
don't think.
So if you have like high blood pressure, I imagine, don't do that.
Yeah, cardiovascular risk.
Yep. And if you have issues with like, say you can't feel the area, don't do it.
Yeah,
Right?
if you don't have sensation in
Yeah.
where you're trying to work out.
Yeah, and this is not something that I would recommend just doing without having all the knowledge of what it does before you start doing that.
For sure, educate yourself on
Do a
the
little
risks.
research.
100%, because I already see myself just destroying my legs just without these like the proper things to do. And right now what I wanted to do is we're actually recording this podcast live and we'll have the link directly below this. So we are going to demonstrate. We're going to demonstrate what it looks like, and from an audio perspective, we'll kind of go word by word of what's happening step by step. So we're going to put it on to, let's see, who wants to suffer? Dr. Marissa or Dr. Nick?
I don't think Dr. Marissa's lifted today.
You know what? Let's get some gains, Dr. Marissa. We're going to put Dr. Marissa through this. Okay, so Dr. Marissa.
Chris.
All right, Dr. Nick, you're gonna set her up. Tell me what you're doing and the whole procedure. So I'll switch you chairs. So what Dr. Nick is gonna do is we have this kind of elastic band this is a Rogue Fitness band, and it doesn't have to be this specific one, but an old tire tube would just work. So we're gonna do which body part?
We're gonna do Dr. Marissa's
Thigh.
Her legs kind of look like chicken legs.
Tree trunks or
So
chicken
we're
legs?
gonna help them out a
He's
little
coming in
bit.
aggressive today, guys.
The left one's smaller.
Oh,
Okay.
See?
So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna tie this tire tube or this elastic band around the higher thigh. And what that's gonna do is not cut off her circulation. Again, it has to be 4 to 5 out of 10.
For the leg,
Leg
actually
is
6 to
6 to
7.
I'm glad that we're
Yeah,
clarifying
we didn't
that,
get to
guys.
mention that.
Okay, so 4 to 5 on the arm and 6 to 7 on the legs. Is there a reason for that? Do you guys know?
Just because you got more musculature
Okay.
to get through for the
Got
for the
it.
leg.
Is that
Got
good,
it.
Marissa?
What?
Is that good?
Feels 6 to 7, yeah. Feels great.
Okay, so we've wrapped it around the leg, and it's kind of higher, closer to the groin, so that's gonna definitely cut off a little bit of circulation there. And then we're gonna now have her go. What are we gonna do? Squats, lunges, lunges,
Single leg lunges.
single leg. All right, here we go. Your choice. Here we go. So we're gonna have her go through lunges, left leg forward.
Yep.
All right. So we're gonna do 30 reps.
How many? Just sink them down.
Oh yeah, 30. Okay, so now we're gonna have her go through the lunges, and while this is happening, you can imagine that we've got, you know, blood flow being restricted. I mean, that's the whole purpose of this thing, and adequately named.
Venous return is
Venous
restricted.
return.
This is
Venous
gonna be tough.
return. What is
The
that?
arterial should still be allowed to come into the leg.
Dr. Nick, I don't even know what you just said right there. I don't even know what
So-
arteries and veins are. Can you give me just a general idea of like what are you talking about?
Veins are the vessels that bring blood back to your heart from your distal body or from your extremities.
Okay, and then the
From your
arteries.
limbs.
Arteries bring it
Arteries
away.
bring it away and they bring it to the muscles.
Okay, so then now Dr. Marissa is on
25.
25, and she's already got a deep burn. And so after these 30, we wait 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so Dr. Marissa, what does it feel like right now? What would you say that is?
Oh God.
Not death. What would you
It
describe?
feels like
I don't think she's ever done lunges with it.
it feels like the muscles are extremely exhausted without having my knees hurt or my back hurt or my hips hurt as if I had a ton of weight on my back.
So that's beneficial to a
Yeah,
lot of
rough too.
people, right? So people who
Yeah.
have injuries or back pain can still get muscle growth on their legs.
Yeah, it's
Without
just,
squatting.
it doesn't feel like my body's done heavy things. Like it doesn't feel.
Yeah, your joints. There we go. That's a good way to
Yeah.
describe it. Your joints aren't irritated or
No.
affected, but your muscle is. So it feels like you actually worked out. Okay, so
Yeah.
15 more repetitions on the lunges, and she is a trooper. You guys, you have to try this a couple times. It is
Ooh.
a burner. It feels like
It just burns.
like a deep burn.
Yeah.
Ron Burgundy had it correct. The deep burn. And then that's exactly what it feels like. What number are you on? 1?
Oh, that was 15.
15. Okay, so now we're gonna wait 30 seconds. Again, so we're gonna go 30 repetitions on, 30 seconds off, 15 repetitions on, 30 off, 15 on, 30 off, 15 on. So 3 sets of 15. We won't torture Dr. Marissa anymore. That's
No more.
fair.
That's enough.
We'll have her do it after the podcast. So
Sounds
thank you, Dr. Marissa.
no problem.
You guys will have to see this video and the demonstration, like I said, with the link below. But ultimately, that is the actual theory of blood flow restriction training. Now we brought dumbbells in, but we were gonna do the arms, but you would do the same thing, right? So tell me this: you guys said 60% of your 1 rep max is what ideally?
20 to 30.
20 to
Very
30.
little resistance.
Oh,
So
very
this
little.
is too much for me.
Yeah.
10.
Oh, 10 pounds. That's like
Really?
That's like 5%.
This.
Of your 1 rep max. So what you want to do then is have that 20 to 30% 1 rep max. So you don't need a lot of weight. So this is great.
Lightweight.
This is great for travel. Guys. This is what
Ooh,
I
yeah.
You do it, yeah.
right, because then you can just bring the band with you, which takes little space, and then you can have a gallon of milk or a gallon of water. That's 8 pounds.
Yeah, that's
For some
that's
people,
a lot.
that's like perfect.
That's more than enough for me.
So just so
you
you
can
know,
also do this, and this is a different topic, but you can
Yeah.
do this for cardiovascular endurance as well.
oh, tell me, what does that mean?
Ooh.
You can do this for your biking or your running.
VO2 max.
Wait, you can do it for running?
Yeah.
I actually had no idea about this.
So
Tell
you
me.
can travel with it then, and put it around your leg,
but
and
you're
then
not-
bike for a half hour.
But
with
you're
it.
not doing the 6 or 7 out of 10 on legs with running, are you?
They did it with biking, yeah.
Really?
From what we read.
I think so.
And
yeah.
what's the
I'd have to look
protocol?
at the
What's the
exact-
protocol on bike? Like I know, and don't take every word for this on the biking because we're not
Yeah.
100%
I'm
here.
not 100% sure how long they did it or what the protocol was, but they used it for endurance training.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Showing
increases.
improvements in
I mean, that's great for
endurance.
all your endurance
Uh-huh.
athletes out there, your runners and cyclists and triathletes and everything
Yeah.
else. So typically we think of this more in the resistance training world, but that's actually a really good point.
Huge.
So the travel is huge if you guys are looking to maintain kind of muscle mass and you're concerned of, that you don't want to lose them if you're trying for a week or two, or this is an easy way because you can find anything that weighs 5 to 15 pounds somewhere
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then take the tire tube or any form of device. So we said the BFR can be used for fitness and performance, which includes endurance and not endurance, and then also in the rehab world, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what else would you guys use for? That's pretty much the.
Yeah, what can you not
Majority
use it for?
Ooh, I don't know.
Can't grow your pecs with it because you'd have to wrap it around your neck.
I like
Oh.
to roll it. I like to get it around
Don't
my
do that.
abs.
Can you put it around your abs?
No!
I'm
You
sorry, you guys
can't.
are like suckering me in here.
The veins are pretty deep.
Yeah.
You
You can
can't cut
really-
those off.
You can really only use it for your limbs, and the only wrap
Yeah.
points are going to be upper arm and upper thigh.
So you're basically using it for your biceps and your quads.
Well, even if you're doing forearm exercises with the band way up here,
Can you use it for your calves?
you would still
Absolutely.
wrap it around the
Yeah,
top though.
yeah.
You don't wrap it lower down because of those nerves.
Too many
Ooh, I'm
surface
glad
nerves.
we are talking
Yeah.
about that, and that is huge. So basically, there's only 2 points
2 wrap points.
To
That's
wrap.
it.
to wrap,
Yeah.
which is your upper arm and your upper thigh.
Yep.
Perfect.
That's it.
You don't do it around the neck.
Don't wrap it around your neck.
Don't wrap it around your neck.
Unless you're
Don't.
into that.
Do not wrap it around your neck. Dr. Mercer blushing. Or your waist, right?
Don't
do
wrap it
that.
around your waist.
Arms and legs.
Arms
Just
and
arms
legs.
and legs.
All right, guys, we hope you enjoyed this episode with blood flow restriction training. On behalf of Sports Performance, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.